Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the Just Noise Sports Show. Got Doc at Sergeant Bones on Twitter. Got the Juice Man. And we got S. Jones. My brother Sean. What up? What up, man? What up, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, just cooling. Bringing a Saturday edition. We got some interesting takes on, I guess to say, the torn up brackets all across America. A little homegrown talent, man. Got some things going on with some basketball camps, also an up and coming podcast. Y'all be on the lookout for that. But like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. This is the YouTube page. Smash that subscribe button, that share button, that like button. Look forward to networking with a couple of cats I've met through YouTube and in the podcast. And you can catch us every Friday night, 8 p.m. Anchor FM, Google, and Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. What up, Juice, man? What's going down, baby?
Doing well, man. Doing well.
Already. So we got S. Jones. My brother, like I said, y'all, he is joining us today. What that bracket looking like, bro?
Oh, it's over with. It's over with. My bracket was busted day one. It didn't make it past 7:20 Eastern. It was over early for sure. What about y'all?
Yeah. I'm in like 25th place, so yeah, it's over with, man. Kentucky lost. Of course, I'm a Kentucky fan, going all the way back to the Monster Ashburn days and the 92 Kentucky team, Rick Pitino and those boys, going back to then. That's always been my squad. But they lost. Tough matchup against St. Pete. Gonzaga screwed me. Baylor screwed me. And I had Arizona going to the I had Arizona advancing to the national championship, so Arizona screwed me as well. We got Johnny Mantrill joining us right now. He's also jumping in on the podcast. What up, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, what's the deal, baby?
What's the deal, man? So Judd also has a basketball program. We run the gym.
The basketball program.
All that good stuff.
I'm just playing.
All that good stuff, man. It's a pleasure to have y'all boys on. It's been a long time coming, bro.
Already appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you having us, man.
Yeah, thanks for joining, man.
Yes, sir. We talking about the brackets, man. What your bracket look like?
I didn't do a bracket, but I did parlay myself into a nice, handsome grip. Yeah, I mean, not off of NCAA, because NCAA that one messed me off, but NBA last night.
Right.
St. Peter's messed my my Purdue play up real bad. You know what I'm saying? I could have came up off that. Yeah. St. Peter's been doing their thing.
Yeah, we just talked about it, man. St. Peter's, yeah, man, they did me dirty. Looks like Gonzaga gonna have to stop hiding up there in the mountains and stuff, and they're gonna have to come on down here and play them about 5 or 6 games because it's like they get exposed.
Yeah. First off, oh my bad, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say they ain't eating up there. Look at Chet Homegrown. I think his name is Chet Hungry.
Yeah.
That nigga skinny, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
He's skinny. They need to feed that boy. They need to eat something.
Yeah, but they get exposed, man. They ran into who's that? They ran into Baylor last year. They was on them. They looked like amoeba sharks. Ran them up out the gym, pretty much had their way. And then Arkansas. So it looked like Gonzaga. That one little Maui Invitational game against that top 10 team, that ain't no cut it, Mark Few. Y'all going to have to come on down here and get roughed up a little bit.
I've been real critical on Gonzaga pretty much all season. I'm not sold on Timmy. I mean, yeah, he's a good college player, but I just don't see his game translating to the NBA. And as far as Chet Holmgren, I mean, he's definitely going to have to put on some pounds. I don't know. That's just the way I see it. So,
yeah, I understand. I feel like I think Drew Timme may actually be a solid pro. He's got a real grown-up game. He reminds me of Sabonis. He may be a little smaller than Sabonis from Sacramento, but they got a very similar game. He can shoot the ball solid. When you can shoot the ball in this modern game, you maybe earn yourself some money. Chet, I don't know. He's going to be a experiment player. I would be interested. I don't know if I would take him with an early pick. That's just, you know what I mean. Obviously, the upside's big. You know what I mean. If you hit with him, you're gonna hit. He's gonna be a stud. But if you miss, it's just gonna be another wasted pick.
He probably should stay. He probably should stay another year, maybe. His polishing skills.
You think so? You think that's gonna really help him? No, I think he's gonna be. He needs to probably get to that pro game as quickly as possible, just to try to, swim. You know what I mean? But who knows with him? He could. Like I said earlier, I think he could be either gonna be a great player, all time great, or he's gonna be trash. So it's no in between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just I hope as a fellow skinny man, I hope Chet succeeds. You know what I mean? I like to see the undersized players, succeed. I was undersized guy myself, so I hope he win, man, for real.
I got you.
Yes, sir. You already know. Mantrill, Johnny Mantrill, man. What's happening with the G class music, man? And the We Run the Gym, man. I see you on the ground, man. You putting in that work, bro. Talk to me, man. Tell them what's going down with you, baby.
Man, we got everything going right now. Music, sports, entertainment, sex, drugs. No, I'm just music, sports, and entertainment, man. That's what basically is turning pop culture right now, and just fortunate to be in good enough health to be on the court as often as possible, and give back in the community, working with the youth, working with helping to instill that drive, into the kids nowadays, because Sean can speak to it and attest to it the way, we kind of built ourselves up into, a certain type of player. And he talking about being a skinny man, he having that chip on his shoulder that eventually got big enough for him to eat, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So just instilling that, being that person for the youth that we didn't have, and we, but it turned out good for us, because the type of people we are, it made us better. It made us want to go do it and be better for ourselves. But everybody not built like that. And I think everybody can benefit from having somebody help instill confidence and, just giving them game early. Some of the stuff that I found out when I was older, maybe I can introduce that to you when you're at a younger age, and you can be better than I was, or it can lead you in different directions, not just basketball, but in life. That's kind of the same approach I take with the music. Just putting stuff together, letting it flow natural, and being authentic with the G class, with Mantrill, Brain, We Run the Gym, all of that, putting it together.
Yes, sir. Definitely see. Yes, sir. Definitely see, man. Like I said, then we got, like I said, my brother Sean. Yes, Homegrown. Got a new podcast about to jump out pretty soon. Also some basketball work, also an entire network. So, like I said, it's just a blessing to see me as the older brother. Maybe sometime I wasn't the best example, but to see you guys where y'all are now, where you are now. Proud of y'all, man. I'm proud of y'all. I see you. Keep pushing. Just keep pushing. It might not be the immediate people that you would expect, but somebody see you. So tell us, with that being said, tell us a little bit about Homegrown and what you've been up to, Doc.
Man, yeah. So pretty much I've had my hands in quite a few things here recently. Just trying to decide, what it is. I know exactly what I want to do. Just trying to find the path to get there. And right. So, pretty much Mantrill he did a beautifully way of explaining it earlier. We feel the same way, man. We grew up, getting it out the mud ourselves. That's what these youngsters say. As far as, when it comes to basketball and all that's concerned, basketball and life is pretty much synonymous. A lot of the things I learned on the court, I learned that's, valuable in life as well. You know what I mean? And so it's like, John was saying, I want to instill that into other people, because, it's a lot of coaches out here and a lot of programs out here that are training these kids and teaching these kids out here for the wrong reasons. They're out there either for a cash grab or just because they want their kid to be the best. And they may actually have the best intentions, but they just don't know what it takes to get there. And so I feel like, we have a special set of talents that, we've been blessed to get, whether it's by, trial and error or just, by the people we were put around, to just be able to pour that into other people and into the youth. That's just essentially what we want to do. And we don't want to just, we decided, especially myself, that I didn't want to just do something small if I was going to do it. If I was going to do it, I want to be able to put my best foot forward. So You know what I mean? I started dabbling in a lot of things as far as real estate, with the dreams of eventually having the gym location for our programs, that we don't have to ask anybody for gyms. We have our own gym, and we can just
Mhm.
bring people in and pour into the community. You know what I mean? So, it's all coming to fruition now. You know what I mean? I'm, you know, essentially a real estate agent now. So we just, working on getting the collateral. John's going to keep doing what he's doing as far as working with the players. I'm gonna keep working with the players that I have. We're just going to keep building and building until we can, come together and create something massive for the Central Texas area, because we deserve it. You know what I mean? These cities like Houston and Dallas, they got these, you know what I mean? They got these programs and these huge gym spots for these players to go to. And it's not that these players are any more talented than the players we have in the area. They just have the exposure for it. So we want to build that platform so that if the next, Sean Jones 2.0 is out there, or the next Alex Russo is out there, or whoever it may be, they can go out there. They don't have to go get it out the mud. They can just be where they want to be, and just follow the steps that's meant for them.
Right on, right on. I think the Juice Man was shooting at you a little earlier in the pre recording before we jumped on in. He was shooting at you, man. Talking about Caruso. Did you think he really had a chance to be a pro when you was running around with him a little bit earlier?
Yeah. As I mentioned in the the pre-show, John Mantrill, he was there as well. We both happened to work for the school district's summer program.
One thing that's a fact is Sean came to me one day and he said, "Hey, it's this little white boy over here on my site. That's nice." And he want to hoop every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Word?" So he told me about him. We went to Thomas Park that week to swim, and he showed him to me when we all got together, because his site was at the pool the same time my site was, because we wasn't at the same site.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then the next year he was at my site, Caruso, and I got to see it for myself. And he was dunking on the little goals and all of that. And we was like, damn. Well, I know I was like, damn, this some of them want to play every day.
Mm-hmm.
He long, he lanky. I was like, man, he gonna be good. And same time, same year, the other one was across town in Bryan, going ham. Number one in the nation in his grade. And me and Sean from that day forward was like, hey, it's this little white boy over here though that's gonna be nice. He ain't scared of nothing. And he going ham. Like, he wasn't turning down. He want to play us every day. And I don't know. Hey, I just want to play with you. I want to play you. Hey, what's up? Let's play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Knowing
that you're gonna smoke him just off the age difference, but he got pleasure in the competition. That's rare at that age, because most kids, when they up against something they know they ain't gonna beat, they'll quit easy. Give it up. Unless they see something they can beat, then they want to play that.
That's definitely a success story. Like, it sounds like a storybook, something you can write a book about. I mean, because like I was saying, that I mean, College Station it's we know it's a very small town, and it's football centric, to me, I think. And I grew up playing basketball, but like, I mean, I mean, I didn't have any talent. I knew I wasn't going to go anywhere, and but there were guys that did have talent, and like you said, Sean, it's about exposure. Guys that are coming up in the Houston and Dallas areas. I mean, they have the resources to get their names out there. So it takes extra for someone growing up in the College Station area to get their name out there and just follow their dream. So
yeah, for sure. Just piggybacking a little bit off of what Mantrill was saying. Like at an early age, I guess I was at high school at the time, getting close to finishing up, and like he was saying, Caruso was very competitive. There was another player in Bryan who was the number one player in the country at the time for that age group, and he was good for that age. They was so I guess that was good for him to have something to chase. You know what I mean? So he was right across from Bryan. You know what I mean? He saw that if he's the number one player in the country, if I can just be half as good as him, I can be number 10 player in the country. You know what I mean? So he chased that and he ran with it. And I remember asking him one day, at camp. I was like, I hadn't seen the player from Brian yet, so I had just asked him. I was like, hey, is he really as good as advertised? He was like, yeah, he's good, but I ain't scared of him. He gonna have to kill me too. So that's when I was like, okay, that's all. Say no more. And he proved, like I was saying earlier, he proved it every step along the way, even further than we can even imagine. You know what I mean? He got to high school. I remember one summer league game. Me and Mantrill, we walked in. He was like a freshman, maybe a sophomore. I don't know.
Sophomore going to junior year.
Okay, yeah, we walked in the gym. It was a summer league game, and like, we were still pretty fresh out of school, so we could sit close to the bench or whatever. And we go over and we was like, man, show us something. You know what I mean? Just kind of trying to, talking crap, trying to get him riled up. Man, I tell you, he gets a passing lane steal, goes down, throws it off the backboard itself, dunks it, and points in the crowd to us like, yeah, like I'm that as a sophomore. We just looked at each other like, hey, you got it. Hey, you got it. And so he's proven it at every point. He went to A&M. He's like their all-time, don't quote me, but I want to say he's their all-time steals leader.
Yeah,
all-time
that is facts.
And he's just, he's, I don't want to sound cliche or anything like that, but he plays how, rest his soul, Rusty Siegler taught us to play console basketball. That passing lane, that grit, that everything I see that he plays.
Tiger basketball.
And he plays that in the NBA now. Like that's how.
Yeah.
That's the style of basketball I play, and me and Trill play. So it's very dope to see that. You feel like you had something to do with that because you see that going and you see it working on he may make first, second team all NBA defense. You know what I mean? The way he's playing, and so it's just amazing to see that kind of thing. You know what I mean? You feel like living vicariously. You know what I mean? You made, even though you may have not made it to the NBA. Hey, someone who did, you know what I mean, and you help with that. So it's always awesome to see.
This will always be different, bro. Because no cap, if I'm lying, God can strike me down, whole family today. Because I'm not lying. Since he's been younger, we've been saying he gonna mess around and go to the league.
Yeah.
Just watching his game.
So y'all saw it. Y'all saw it.
I'm saying athleticism he had. Then the fact that he got put on the radar. Then when he went to A&M, I said, "Oh yeah, he's definitely he got a strong possibility of going to the league." He's already taller than you, Sean. He just kept getting a bit taller and taller.
Yeah, taller and taller.
He was standing next to Sean. I was like, "Damn, he's taller than Sean now."
Yeah.
He came to open gym a couple of times when I was at Consolidated. He's in there locking up, playing like a pro. That's when I was like, "Damn." Actually, he was in the G League when he was in open gym. And he was on the Lakers G League team, but he was still rather unknown. You know what I mean? And he
still had hair.
He was back in town. Somebody had texted me, "Hey, Caruso want to get in the gym." I was like, "Okay, we have an open gym Sunday." He popped up. He actually let me borrow some shorts that he had that I still got to this day. Nigga just went up after that, bro. Like literally, like 2 years later, he moved up on the Lakers regular team and he started balling, like becoming a household name. It's different when you're doing your thing to becoming a household name. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get in the league and do your thing.
Yeah,
but
and not
are you a household name? Do they know your name? Like, and people talk about, there was a debate in the city about 2 years ago who the best player was to ever come out. You know what I mean? And some people said Caruso, some people said other people's names. But as far as doing, and this was right before he won the ship, they actually spoke it up. The people that was hating on it. They don't realize that they spoke every negative thing that they said. They had to eat because he won the championship.
That's it.
So not only were you wrong, you was dead wrong.
I saw it.
He did it bigger than anybody's ever done it from this area. And then after he wins the championship, he goes and gets a multi-million-dollar contract in another city. It's not even close. What are we talking about here? I'm good. I'm good. I can't. You're gonna have to go to A&M to get a nigga that's gonna be able to really beat me. He's gonna have to be good on the team. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to be the nigga. And the only other nigga is on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
And he'll tell you right now, running into me like running into a buzzsaw. Let me get another game. Check up.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and like that goes back to how we say we were raised. You know what I mean? We were 13 years old, sneaking in the A&M rec, jumping over that back fence, going in every day of the week though. Like we were playing against A&M basketball players at the age of 13, 14. Because we wanted that. I had that taste in my mouth. I wanted to be great. And I wasn't getting satisfied by playing these 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. I want Donald Sloan. I want Andre. I want them all. I want these big names. Bring them to me because I want to see what it's like. And these guys, these names I mentioned, they know who I am now. You know what I mean? They see that every time they see me, it's a head nod. What's up? Because it's I put in the stripes. And it's nothing to brag on myself, but it's just speaking on what we did to get to the level we are now, so we can pour that into what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really passionate about this basketball stuff. You know what I mean? I've worked for basketball programs. I'm not gonna say any name, but man, I was pouring into these kids only for the owner to just be collecting cash. You know what I mean? Just to try to get a name for themselves. You're not pouring into this. You know what I mean? These are what the kids need. They need to know you care about them. Once they know you care about them, they'll do anything for you.
They'll do anything.
They'll do anything you ask them to do if they know that you care about them. But you got to get their hearts first. A lot of these people, they don't love the game. So they don't love the game. They don't care about it. They don't respect it. They just gonna do what they do and move on about their way. We want to separate ourselves with what we're doing. And we're not gonna discuss anything we're doing before it happens, but we know the path we're going on. Cool. I'm very excited. You know what I mean? And that's just a basketball aspect of it. We're touching media as well. You guys here on this podcast, y'all just noise. Y'all did an awesome job. I gave y'all flowers before we started, but I'm gonna give y'all flowers while we're on. Man, y'all are doing a great job leading the way. Man, y'all are exactly what Central Texas needed. You know what I mean? Like it's again, like I tell you, whether it's one viewer, 100 viewer, or a million viewers, y'all keep being the same people y'all are because it's a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? It's just a step until where we're eventually trying to get to. You know what I mean? And we're all dabbling in these little things. We're learning as we go. But then that's the best way to learn because once we start learning more, we're gonna be dangerous. Once we start realizing that's how we do it, that's how it operates. So I'm excited to see what's all happening, man. We got some great things going. Like we said, media, basketball, real estate. We doing it all, man. That's very awesome over here. So I'm looking forward to 2022, 2023. It's going to be really up from here.
Hey, Doc, I got some questions. I had some questions I wanted to ask both of them.
Go ahead.
So my first question is like, who inspired the two of you to do what you're doing right now with your organizations? Like, was there a person that inspired you or a group of people?
I'll go first. Well, because there's a few people. So, it goes back. So my love of basketball came. I remember watching my sister Danielle play basketball back in '96. She was a killer. She was a killer. I remember being in the stands and like they got Danielle Jones. I forget our announcer's name, but man, the way I just was like, man, I need my name announced like that. And and so that was something I worked towards. I guess it was not having made you want it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have I read a lot of basketball players and I listen, and a lot of things they have in common. The great players from like Kevin Durant to Derrick Rose, they had a mentor that helped them get to that next level. You know what I mean? They had somebody who was like, man, I didn't know where to go, but I had somebody to help me. And I wanted to be that mentor because it's a murky way to navigate out there. You know what I mean? It's hard to navigate if you don't know where you're going. You think as a young player, if I just go out there and produce, I'm going to go to the NBA. But that's not how it works. You know what I mean? It's a whole business out there. You got to meet people. You got to know you got to be in the right spots. You got to be showcased. You got to do all that. You got to be, and then it's even on a smaller scale. Like when you get to college, you got to make sure you're in the right classes because you're going to college. You might as well get your paper, get that piece of paper, get that degree. A lot of these schools will just throw you in any kind of class just to get you eligible. And so, here at Homegrown, and we run a gym, we want to touch on all that. You know what I mean? We want to make sure you know everything so you're prepared on every level when it comes to basketball. So that inspired me to do that. I worked with a lot of other companies, but then even as of recently, man, Mantrill been a big inspiration. Like just Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. What's understood it don't have to be explained, so I don't have to tell him all the time that he inspires me. But he knows because, man, like he may not see the work that he's putting in with these kids, but like I can see the growth from a distance on how much better his. Because I don't post a lot of my stuff on social media just because I can't a lot of times, and then just that's just not how I am. But he does, and so I'm able to see the growth that his players take, and he's in it every day. You know what I mean? Like he's not only showing them how to do it, he's putting them through it. And so that's motivation, you know what I mean? Not only motivation for me to be doing, but I got to hold up my part. Because, you know, we working on something together. He holding, as long as he holding up his end, I got to hold up my end. We want this facility. We gotta keep it up. So, I mean, those are what motivate me, you know, as of here, of just keeping it to go. You know.
That's good.
Already, well, shoot, you already know I appreciate that because, you know, posting and going going about business publicly has pros and cons. You know what I mean? Um,
Mm-hmm.
in some aspects, people might think you're doing too much.
Right.
In other aspects, you never know who you're inspiring and who
Right.
you're touching to press on or to take that next step in whatever it is that they may be doing. So it kind of it's an interesting dichotomy a lot of the time. So I really appreciate that. And I know he's told me before, but you know, it's nothing like the present, you know, feeling it and hearing it,
For
especially
sure.
when you grinding. And I'm a teacher and a coach. So there's not a lot of instant gratification in some of the things that you're doing, all the overtime that you're working. You not necessarily in the hours, but with maybe the kids that you're around or the people that you're around, and just trying to be a light in a lot of different situations where it could be negative. Because us as men, if we dwelled on negative every day, it would lead to negative actions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to try to turn our energy and keep our energy in a positive light, which it's real tasking, but it does have its benefits. And like you said, you do get those some moments where you know what I'm saying you can find out you're fulfilling your purpose and doing what you need to do. As far as inspiration, I always kind of I'll give my props to my two older brothers because they were athletes before me, and like Jones said, I always wanted to hear my name on the loudspeaker, like Nathaniel when he was making a tackle or running, or my brother Julian when he was running a touchdown or throwing a touchdown or scoring a soccer, a goal in soccer. My sport just happened to be basketball, and you know, basketball actually translates to a lot of different sports. I played soccer, I played everything, but I was inspired by them not only to play soccer, baseball, football, but basketball because they said, hey, you a basketball player, bro. When you get to high school, don't let these coaches try to make you do everything. If you want to just play basketball, bro, play basketball and be the best basketball player at Consolidated. And I lack confidence um, just due to not being good or not feeling like I was good enough, not having a real strong male presence in my life that I could bond with and attach to that could build that confidence up in me. But I got that in my high school coach. And my high school coach was another big inspiration because he made me feel like I wasn't good enough, but in an aspect that made me want to work harder.
Right.
And so I aspired to be that leader in the workhorse, regardless of how good I could be on the court. So I didn't have that in my vision of scoring the most points. I just wanted to be a dog, like he said. And so I kind of, you know, got on the weights, put myself in this position. And then I can remember, I think it was 2013, 2014. Me and Sean was kind of chopping it up on putting a tournament together. I went to Consolidated and asked about using the gym for a tournament. And the principal offered me a paraprofessional position. And from that, I used that year as a para to become a certified teacher and got into coaching.
Oh, you mute?
Yeah.
Can't
They
hear
can
him.
hear you.
I think he's muted himself.
Yeah. You can't hear you. Can't hear you.
My bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, hold
yeah,
on.
we hear.
Hold on.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hold on.
Is he on muted?
Yeah, I can hear him now.
I can hear him now.
Oh yeah, we can hear that. It's like he having some technical difficulties over there, but it's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. It's all love, man. Like I said
Yeah.
though, we ain't gonna hold y'all too
You
long,
guys hear
man.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
We
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hear you now. Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. We hear
Okay,
you.
because I
Yeah.
can't hear y'all.
He can't
Oh,
hear us.
can't
Okay.
hear us.
He can't hear us. Oh, it might be having some. Must be having
Pretty
some
much.
technical difficulties, but at any rate, man, like I said, it was a blessing having Johnny Mantrill G class music. We run the gym, also S. Jones, Homegrown, Homegrown Entertainment. Y'all be on the lookout for that podcast. That is coming soon. He did drop y'all down with the 411, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Like I said, just my brother and one of his best friends. It was just a blessing to see how far they've come. So, like I said, I did definitely want to get them on their juice. Uh, always right there for me. So you see what I'm saying? All the crew appreciate the roses, like you said. As Doc, that might not be your thing. Posting me, I'm in your face every day. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes,
that.
sir. I
You forget
understand
that. That's what that is. Because if everybody else do it, I mean, I don't care if my friend got 5 peanut butter jelly sandwiches for sale. If you my boy, it's going out there. You see what I'm saying? And you never know who is gonna see. You never know who gonna see it.
I'll
I
take
mean,
one.
right? Every time I check the numbers, there's a different continent on there or a different
Yeah,
state on there. I was
for
like,
sure.
when look this morning, Bangladesh. I don't know nobody in Bangladesh. I don't know
Yeah,
nobody. I don't know nobody in Spain. I don't know nobody in Australia. So I'm gonna keep pushing. Seeing that's just what you gonna
touching.
get. And I don't do. If I'm passionate about something, that's just what you're gonna get. I'm finna come 100%, or I'm just gonna go back to bed. I ain't finna try to set up no interviews and all that stuff. This is part of what I want to do. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
take it. So hopefully that's inspire you and Mantrill to just keep on going. Juice, you too. We talked about some things you want to do as far as what we want to do with the network. If I am any type of inspiration, then okay, that's cool. 1 like or 100 likes, I'll take it. But it has been a blessing. Like I said, every Friday night, 8 p.m., Anchor FM, Google, and Apple Podcasts, where you get your podcast. Mantrill. It's Doc Jones. You got Doc at Sergeant Bones.
appreciate that, man.
Hey, you
Hey,
guys keep up the great
All right,
work,
y'all
man.
take care.
Y'all keep it up.
appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
We appreciate
And
y'all, man.
Shameless plug, real quick, since my audio and everything was messing up. You can follow me Instagram at We Run the Gym, Instagram at Johnny Mantrill, Johnny_Mantrill, and also at G Class Music. The website at gclassmusic.com. We got a lot of videos, a lot of musical content coming out 2022. Be on the lookout. Sports, drugs, entertainment. No, I'm just playing sports entertainment. I'm just kidding, guys.
Hey, yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, but me, man,
I'm kidding.
he's joking, yeah. But y'all can follow me on IG, Cabernet.poppy, like the wine, Cabernet.poppy on IG. I'm on Twitter, __Jones, __. We also got Cryptocurrency. That's going to be IG page that's coming here soon. And also have Realtor Poppy, the Instagram page. So be on the lookout for all that, man. Service and everything here in the Central Texas area. Hopefully the country, then worldwide. So yeah.
Absolutely. And thank you guys, man. Thank you, Juice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon, man.
Appreciate you, Juice.
Y'all.
Appreciate
Love
you,
y'all, man.
Doc.
Appreciate it.
Already. All love. We'll catch y'all next time. Just know us.
All right, guys.
All right, y'all. We're going.